guys, my name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome old subscribers, welcome new. If you like my videos, please press the like button, please do subscribe. Alexa, what's the time please?
The time is 8:38 p.m.
Right guys, so my mum gave me things whilst I was round there. Yes, she gave me some money. She wanted to help with my electric and my gas. I've also got a £200 water bill. If I had money myself, I would probably give it away to charity or help other people. If my mum wants to give me money, I'm not going to say no, am I? Especially when I have had my electric cut off on New Year's Eve. And if my mum hadn't helped me, I would have been in the dark Christmas Eve with nothing to eat, nothing to heat the home with, and no shower. So I'm grateful for my mum's help. I'm not going to say no when I'm struggling to heat this big flat, which is double the price that Lansdowne Court was. It's 3 times as big, and it's double the amount of electric and gas. And the food prices have gone up, and everyone needs a little bit of help. And if they're offered a bit of money, they're not going to say no if they need it, are they? It's not a great deal of money. It's not an extensive amount of money. It's enough to help me top up my gas and electric and my phone, which I'm grateful for. So I stayed with my mum, and she gave me a couple of things which I'm going to show you. One of the things she gave me was a bottle of perfume. Me, myself, have got bad sinuses and strong smells like aftershave. Glue especially makes me feel lightheaded and sick. This is called Babe Power Misguided Eau de Parfum pour Babe. Babe Power. And it looks like a can. And my mum was covered in it. She actually stank of it. She was actually saturated in this. Because I wondered what the smell was. She was actually coughing really badly. And I wondered what she was coughing for. This is very, very strong. Babe Power. And if you look at it, I love collecting perfume bottles. So you take the lid off, and it actually looks like a can of energy drink, doesn't it? But it's not a drink, it's a perfume. It's an atomizer, and you press that, and the perfume comes out. And I knew that's what my mum was wearing. Babe Power. This is the box. And I'm just like trying to understand why my mum is so out of breath, and she was saturated in this. Babe Power. And then you've got the Babe Power Commandments. The Babe Power Commandments: always be hot but humble. Always filter out the haters. Always live life with highlighter. Always ignore the bank balance. Always slay the selfie. Always wear the attitude. Always find the bar wherever you are. Always support your local girl gang. And always make every outfit count. And always be a boss babe. And hashtag babes of misguided. And I thought that is like a young woman's perfume, right? A powerful woman. You know, a woman that's got a career. I didn't even know this existed. My mum said it was new. It's 80 millilitres and it absolutely stinks. It's overpowering and it's strong. And my mum, when I walked into my flat, that is what I could smell. It's like an exotic talcum powder smell. Like you've just come out the shower, you know, and you smell of talcum powder and bubble bath and deodorant all mixed in one. It's very, very strong. And my mum was spluttering, coughing, sneezing. So she's given that to me. It's got a big M in the capitals on the top of it. She also gave me another perfume. She said, you know, your sons have got girlfriends, Ginestra, your sons have. You know, if you ever meet one of your son's girlfriends, give them this. Give them this. Gilles Rivion. Spray natural eau de toilette natural spray. Worth Paris. French. Paris. So my mum really hasn't, she's met one of my sons more than once. My dad sold his car to one of my sons. So my mum has seen both my sons. I don't think she's met my daughter or my youngest son. So I thought that was nice, you know. If I see one of my sons, they can have that, give that to their girlfriend. Gilles Rivion, Worth Paris, 50 millilitres, natural spray. So my mum gave me the perfumes. I'm going to go through other three things. But when it was time to leave, my mum rang for the taxi, and the lady said to my mum, she will get a taxi to get me when there's one available. So I sat on the chair watching the news, BBC News, Sky News, and I didn't automatically get up to the door, open it, put my bags outside and wait for the taxi. I thought it was going to be like 20 minutes, half an hour. It was my mum that started opening the door, and she said, do you want to take your bags outside? Took the bags outside, and I noticed a small black car. I think it was a Clio, parked underneath where my dad had his red Toyota Starlet that was sold for scrap, 20 quid. So it was a little black car called with a Clio, I think, I can't remember. And I just put my bags by my mum's outside bush by the front door. And eventually a taxi pulled up with the number plate PU. Very nice, London taxi driver with a London accent. He looked a bit like one of my next door neighbours. He had a bald head and he had a London accent, and he was very talkative in the taxi. He put my bags in the back for me, drove off. We had a conversation about Gillingham. We had a conversation about Rochester, old Gillingham. And he was a very nice driver and very polite. And he dropped me off opposite the flats over there, the flats opposite. And he took my bags to the front of the building as the blonde lady on the same floor as me was walking her daughter and scruffy brown dog down the road. She was on the same side as the taxi, and the taxi driver took my bags. I gave him a tip, I gave him a pound tip. He took my bags to the front of the building. I shuffled in with 3 bags, opened my post box. I'd had packages from eBay, and there was 2 or 3 takeaway leaflets in there. And I was okay because I'd had a £1/2 burger. I was fine. Takeaway leaflets when you're starving, hungry is a wicked, awful, cruel thing to do to somebody, but I wasn't hungry. I'd had a £1/2 burger. So I shuffled up the stairs because I thought the blonde lady was going to get in the lift with her kid and dog. So I struggled up the stairs with 3 bags and 3 parcels and went into my flat. And Max was sat on the chair, dead quiet, dead still, and he wasn't moving. Normally when I come through the door, he jumps off the chair and jumps all over me. He actually was curled up like he was asleep and dead quiet. So I went, Max, come on, it's your mummy. He jumps off the chair and then he starts, but he was rigid. He wasn't moving. I came into the flat. He was rigid on the chair. Never seen him like that before. Absolutely rigid and wouldn't move. So I had to coax him off the chair. It's like he was scared of something. He was just sat there not moving. Normally when I come in, he jumps off the chair and he's all over me. Right now, we're going to go to my mum's answer phone message when I got back at 5. She rang at 5:22 this evening. Hi guys, my name is Crystal. I'm just going to listen to the answer phone message my mum gave me after I got home, after being driven home by the taxi. You notice I'm out of breath. 2:22.
5:32 p.m. Hello, Janessa. I hope you got home safely by taxi. It was very good to see you. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. It was nice having someone up to see me, a relative, which is good, yes. So, Janessa, thank you again. And I hope to see you again soon, alright? Janessa, I'll give you a ring as usual before I go to bed tonight to wish you good night and God bless. I always do. I do like to let you know that I do love and care for you. And the only way I can do that at the moment is actually by telephoning you whenever I can from my landline phone to you, Janessa, me, your mum, Jennifer, and to let you know that I do love and care for you. And most of my phone calls are to you, I do agree. But it's because I want you to know that someone does think about you and does care for you, as every mother should do. Okay, bye for now. Good night. I won't say good night, God bless, I was going to. I won't say good night, God bless, just yet. I just hope you got home safely. Bye for now. Thank you for coming up to visit. Bye. Press 2.
So that was 5:22 this evening. I took Max out just after 7 because I was watching a DVD called Bernie with Jack Black in, about a funeral director being charged with murder. So I've got bad sinuses. Perfume makes me out of breath, strong perfume. Also, I'm allergic to cheese. It makes me out of breath. So hence, at the moment, my breathing is okay, but it's quite heavy. And you can hear me struggling, like, for proper breath. It's not life-threatening, but I'm allergic to some cheeses. And that burger had cheese in it when my mum asked the kebab company, Top Pizza, whatever it was, not to put cheese in the burger. Also, when the delivery driver came to my mum's address, he banged on the door. Banged. Loud noises hurt my face. My mum asked him, "Is the doorbell not working?" So she told the driver to ring the doorbell, and it sounded really loud. So that's another thing that happened as well. I'm also quite allergic to onions. It's not anaphylactic shock because I wouldn't be sat speaking, but some foods I find hard to digest, and cheese and onions are a couple of them, and it causes me to, when you get really bad heartburn and indigestion, it can cause breathing difficulty. Okay? So anybody that doesn't like you and knows what you're allergic to could actually use that to do you harm. See you later.